All right, so today is the 8th, and our topic is going to be writing equations. Given a point and a slope. We're going to be on page 17. All right, we're going to be on page 17. Now let's go to page 17. All right, before today, right, we talked about 3 forms of linear functions. One was slope-intercept form, one was standard form, and then what was the other? Point slope. So if we're given a point and a slope, we're going to need to use point slope to write our equation. Remember, M stands for the slope. And then our x1, y1 represents the point. Now let's say, for example, I asked you to write an equation given that the slope is 2 and the point is 1, 3. The fact that we're given a slope and a point says we need to use this point slope form that we're familiar with. So let's go ahead and label first. All right, right here, this is the M. And then given this point, the first number is our x1 and the second number is our y1. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
And now we're just going to substitute what we just labeled into point slope form. So now the point slope form will be y minus 3 equals 2 times x minus 1. So we've written an equation in point slope form, but let's say we want to turn it into slope-intercept form. If we want to turn it into slope-intercept form, remember that means y equals mx plus b, which means we would have to come and solve for y. So this is good enough. This is point slope. But if we want to put it in slope-intercept form, we're going to have to do some simplifying and solve for y. What would it take to do that? We would have to distribute the 2 inside, 2 times x and 2 times -1, so that we have y minus 3 equals 2x minus 2. Everyone okay with this part? And then from here, all we would need to do is to add 3 to the left and right side, so that we're left with y equals 2x. What's -2 plus 2 in your calculators? -2 plus 3, I mean. What is that? It's 1. So this would be plus 1. Is this in slope-intercept form now? Yep. Because our m would be 2 and our b would be 1. Is that okay? That's it. That's how this goes, guys. We just plug in. I'm going to do one more and then we'll be done. Okay, one more. So let's say, for example, I tell you or ask you to write an equation given that our slope is -4 and we have a point that is 1, -3. And we want to write an equation. What form are we going to use in order to write our equation? Point slope, right? Yep. So which one's our m? What number?
4.
-4. That's our m. What's our x1? 1, right? The first one is our x1. And then the second one is our y1. Good. From here, we're just going to plug the numbers into our equation. Remember, the equation is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. So we're just going to do some substituting. So this becomes y minus what? What's our y1? -3 equals, what's our m? -4 times x minus, and what's our x1? Say it again. 1. Are we okay here? From here, it's just about simplifying. Notice here we have y minus -3. We remember that double negatives just means
Positive.
just positive. So this is y plus 3 equals -4 times, and this is not a double negative, so we're just going to write x minus 1. All right, this is good enough. It's point slope form and it's simplified. Do we feel good about this?
Yes.
Very good. But what if we want to put it in slope-intercept form? Right? Remember, that means y equals mx plus b. So what are we going to do to put it in slope-intercept form? Simplify, right? Start by distributing -4 inside times x and -4 times -1. So this becomes y plus 3 equals, what's -4 times x?
-4x.
And then -4 times -1? What is it?
Negative. No.
-4
+4.
times -1, yes, is +4. Everybody okay there? Last step. Remember, we're getting y by itself. So what do we need to get rid of?
3.
That 3. So subtract 3 from each side. And we have y is equal to -4x plus 1. Now, is this slope-intercept form?
Yes.
Yep. And we're done.